The single cam is coming out and the B series is going in. Welcome back to another episode of the EK Build. I know it's been a while since the last episode. There was a few things that I've done to the EK since the last episode. If you've been following me on my Instagram, I've been sharing it there. Just quick recap, I changed out the bridge seats to the Recaro pole positions. I also changed out the S2K steering wheel for the Sparko steering wheel. Changed out the cluster to a CCR cluster. And the last thing that I changed was my Kose K1 wheels over to the Mercury Silver TE37 SLs. So the motor that we're going to be switching to is the B20. Now you may be wondering why I have two B20s right here. This one is a USDM B20Z2 and this one is a JDM B20B. Now I initially bought this one first and we were going to swap this one over, but we recently acquired this JDM B20B. We decided to go with the JDM B20B because it is lower miles and it is cleaner than the USDM one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the parts off of this one and swap it over to this one. Also, when this motor gets pulled out, we're going to take that time to clean the engine bay and kind of go over some of the spots that they missed while painting. You can still see some red like right along the firewall right there because we have 1 month until Button Willow and I do want to take this car out to Button Willow. So I'm not too worried about how pretty it looks. I just want this car to be up and running for our track day. So we got most of the major parts that we need for the swap. We have the ECU, we have the axles, the motor mounts, we have brand new radiator hoses, we have a brand new intake manifold from Skunk 2 with a brand new throttle body, also a brand new Koyorad full-size radiator, a brand new radiator cap, and also the Battlecraft oil cap. Alright, so I was trying to do a time lapse while pulling the motor, but the time lapse cut short and it kind of cut the end of it where I actually lifted the car and pushed the motor out. But yeah, I got the motor out. Wasn't too bad. Here's the motor over here. Beautiful. And remember, this is my first time doing this, so I know all you guys out there that are experienced, they're like, yeah, pulling the motor's not too hard, it's easy. But very intimidating for me since it's my first time. But honestly, yeah, I gotta say it is pretty easy. I just think putting everything back together and making sure that the car works, that's something that I still need to learn. So Tony's gonna get here soon and he's gonna help me out doing all of that stuff. But for now, since the engine is out, I have more room to go ahead and start prepping the engine bay to get rid of some of this red. We're just gonna touch up what we can and then throw the B20 in. Hey, we brought out the canopy just so I'm not baking in the sun. So I decided I'm going to take off my fucking fenders because I don't want to have to deal with masking things off. So yeah, I think the easiest thing to do is just take the fenders off. Got this whole office set up in here. EcoFlow, fucking table, he got his coffee. Fuck. This guy work at the office from home. Alright, so the engine bay is pretty much dried. I think now it's time to kind of scuff it up so I can lay on the black paint. Just gonna do a quick scuff, quick spray, and call it a day. So, drop it in and write it. Alright, we moved the car back inside. It was getting a little too hot out there. But I did most of the front. Now I just got to do more of the back. That one's going to be a little tough because of all the fucking shit back there. But, yeah. You know, I really don't care. So we're pretty much done. That's how she's looking. Not too bad, but when the motor's in, it'll hopefully cover up a bunch of ugly spots. But I don't care. Alright, so we got most of the things buttoned up here in the back. There are still some things I gotta do to the motor, like the injectors, get the fuel roll in, get the injectors, maybe some stuff on the motor, and yeah, once all of that's done, then we can kind of drop in the motor, get it put in, and we'll go from there. Alright, motor's pretty much in. Just missing a T-bracket that I've been hunting for. Just gotta wire up engine harness, and we're gonna see if it starts today. Alright, so we ran into a little issue. The rear T-bracket that we had was actually for a Integra or an EG, which is too long from the motor mount to the engine, and that causes the engine to get pushed forward a little bit more. So what we needed was the T-bracket for the EM1 SI. So shout out to EF Chris, he had a set laying around, and I was able to pick this up from him. But yeah, you can see kind of the difference in the size, the length. Now that we got that situated, we can go ahead and put this on the car. What are we leaking right here? What is this? Coolant. Check this out. That wheel bearing is fucked. So, we got some new wheel bearings. And since I'm changing that side out, I might as well change out the other side. So, I got two. So we're gonna take off the whole knuckle, and since we don't have a press here, I gotta take it over to a shop to have them press it out and press in the new bearing. That wheel bearing is definitely gone. This shit just came off. That's crazy. What the fuck? So while all the bolts are out, I did want to get some new hardware for the engine bay. So I went to Resto Tuner. Check these guys out if you haven't heard about them already. They do have all these OEM sized bolts refinished in the yellow zinc. And I also picked up these cowl clips because when I took mine off, majority of mine snapped off because they were old. I know you can go to the junkyard and you can grab these cowl clips, but I mean, they're only 15 bucks and these look brand new, so might as well. And the last thing I got was this OEM hood clip. Mine was broken on one side, so it didn't clip in. I mean, might as well just to clean up the engine bay a little bit more. But you can head over to the Resto Tuner website. They got a bunch of stuff over there, so shout out to Resto Tuner. Alright, so I forgot my POV camera and my tripod at home, but right now got the hub on passenger side with the axle. Right now working on the driver's side half shaft and the axle, and to throw the wheel hub back on. So you might be wondering why I am putting this half radiator in instead of the full size. It's because I didn't know that you had to cut and weld the bracket back on. But the half size works for now until I have some time to move the brackets over for the full size. Okay, so we had to pull out the engine harness because this engine harness was for a 99 2000 EK. And 99 2000 EK has two plugs that come out from the engine harness, and the third plug is a chassis plug. Versus the 96 and 98 EK, the engine harness has all three plugs coming out from the same harness. So I can't use that one. So we are going to modify the D series engine harness to fit onto the B series. Now, everything should be plug and play. The only thing that I need to change out is the idle air control valve plug, because this one is a 3-pin versus the other one, which is a 2-pin. So we're gonna take this one and put it onto that harness. And I think that should be it to make that harness work with the B series. Also, another thing that we need to do is change out the distributor, because this has a different style plug. So we're going to grab the distributor from the RS motor. So we're gonna grab the distributor off of this car, the RS motor, because it has the same style plug as the harness, so we don't have to go get a conversion harness. All we gotta do now is extend this plug, which is either the TPS or the MAP. Once that's extended, we're gonna look at the write-up for the ECU side on the idle air control valve, because we need to change out some pins for that. So we have right out here for the ECU side. We gotta move this black, looks like. So we're removing the orange wire. Removing the orange wire completely. We're not using that. Alright, so to remove the pins, we gotta first remove this little white clip right here. I think this white clip holds all these pins together. Orange wire is out, so we're not using this, so we can just we'll probably just clip this and tape it. We can just tape it.
No, put a heat shrink on it.
Oh, heat shrink and then tape it back.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
And then now we gotta move, I think this black wire over to somewhere else. Look at the handy dandy write-up. Black wire goes from A14 to A12, so basically this front slot right here. So this black wire, move that to over here. So simply take out the orange wire, take that off, we don't need it. Remove the black wire with the blue stripe from A14 to A12. Easy peasy. Alright, wire harness is done. Now we just gotta put it back in the car and see if it fires over. Start, please.
Hey, talk to her a bit. Talk to her a bit. Let it prime a little bit. Let it prime. Oh, let it go, man. Let it fucking go, man. Let it fucking go.
All right, so she fires up. Now all we gotta do is put everything back together, button everything back up. I still need to fill her up with coolant, get that bled out, and then still need to do tranny fluid. So gotta go to Honda to get some transmission fluid. And also, we're gonna change out these side mirrors because I got some new side mirrors. Alright guys, it is finally time. We got the coolant bled, we got the tranny fluid in, and now it's time to go test drive it. She runs. All the gears work. 1 through 5 goes in, reverse goes in. Right now I'm running open header because I don't have an exhaust, but I do have the B pipe that goes all the way to the axle back. So I still need to put that in, and we got to go get the exhaust because that is getting changed out. Then we'll do another test drive, and then that is it. That's the video. All right, so we got the B pipe over here. Shout out to Teddy for donating this B pipe over to me. It's a 2.5, which is perfect. So right now we're gonna take off the test pipe because I don't need that. I have a high flow cap that I'm gonna put on. So we're gonna take this off, muck it up to the car, and see where we need to modify it to link up to the exhaust. Hey, you want this?
Hell yeah!
It's pretty much mucked up. We're gonna have the cap right here, and then they gotta bend this up somehow to get to this mount right here. But I'm gonna drop it off to the muffler shop that's a block away, and then have them
Do you have it really
mock this up
like
for me.
if it's pretty thick?
Alright, we're at A's Muffler here in Santa Ana. This is our go-to muffler shop. It's right down the street from the garage, so these guys do good work. So we bring our cars over here. This is a new cat.
Okay.
New cat. So I want to cut here. Use this
The flex.
because this goes onto the header,
Yeah.
and then put this on, and then like that. So it'll hook onto that side. So it'll be like so, because we're gonna have to cut
How you
this
doing,
off.
boss?
What's up?
Always good.
These work, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, whatever you guys need to do. Can this go higher a little bit? Yeah.
We gotta do that one.
Do
first.
that first and then
Yeah.
go to the back,
And we
right?
go to back.
Yeah. And then the muffler straight.
Straight. Okay.
Yeah.
It should hang straight anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty straight.
Yeah, I zip tied it right here. Okay, so just so I can drive it here. All right, car is done. Got the muffler on. Exhaust. Ready? See how it sounds, yeah? It's gonna be a lot better than the fucking open headers. Oh, much better. Oh yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. Oh, also another thing I was able to do was put the rear sway bar on. Since we got the gritty exhaust, we were able to get the rear sway in and have it clear. It's very, very close though. Like, look at that. Look at the clearance on that. And this is like, I would say probably like a centimeter, 2 centimeters. But got the rear sway on.